I have a special love for homeschoolers, having met the best of them right here in Oklahoma, and I shall ever be thankful for the political club which Charlie Meadows conducts and invites and encourages these students. They are a pleasure and an honor to know. The new royalty. I just attended an Oklahoma Conservative Political Action Committee meeting, which was conducted entirely by guests. It was all presented by Oklahoma's leading homeschoolers, teenagers with a message and a mission. Their message is a devastating rebuke to the criminal bureaucracies which manage education for the state of Oklahoma and to the educational cognates nationwide. The world knows Oklahoma has the worst public education systems on earth, with nothing but career politicians and swindlers at the helm. Oklahoma spends more money per dollar on education than almost any other state, yet it manages to pay more teachers, 37,000 of them, less, with no merit system. And Oklahoma students perform worse. In a country of nearly 50 million functional illiterates, Oklahoma ranks high in intellectual dysfunction. There are over 400,000 adult illiterates in Oklahoma, a state with a little more than 3 million people. A third of our fourth graders can't read at all. Part of this is due to the miseries of poverty, illegal immigration, drug abuse, and Oklahoma's offer to pay college tuition for unwed mothers moving into the state. Nevertheless, there are gaping flaws in the system itself. We have 544 school districts requiring over $35 million a year just to pay district superintendents. More than half of the state tax dollar goes to education, but over half of that goes to this wasteful overhead and never makes it to the teachers or to the students. Even in rural counties, there are multiple administrators. But the Christian homeschoolers have a different idea about education. Nationwide, homeschoolers excel in academic performance, some 30 percentile points above public school students, and specifically score notably higher in reading, language, and math. No doubt precisely because of Oklahoma's poor public education system caused by bureaucratic fraud, Oklahoma also produces the finest of the homeschoolers in the nation. Thank heaven for the laws of compensation. The OPAC meeting that I attended was conducted by Michelle McCoy and Emily West, two of the most poised, professional, and talented young teenagers I've ever met. Emily is truly a spectacular creature, with a dignity born of genuine religious faith. Her national achievements are as stunning as her personal appearance and demeanor. She is a nationally recognized athlete, as well as a national beauty queen. Other homeschoolers at the OPAC meeting displayed remarkable talent in political comprehension, literary imagination, and music. It was an unforgettable, breathtaking experience. I must say, one has to be humble to really appreciate that these youth and their devoted parents have actually accomplished. One has to be willing to recognize superiority when one sees it. Many people are not so humble. To me, having studied so much about Western civilization, I have to call these youth America's new royalty. They have been tutored like the sons and daughters of old European kings and queens. They have been personally trained. They haven't been dumbed down or inhibited by the cumbersome logistics of mass education. They are light years ahead of it. They restore my pride in Oklahoma. They restore my confidence in the Christian church. If you could have heard their testimonies, you would agree. If you doubt the deplorable conditions of public education, I recommend Facts on Homeschooling by Brian D. Ray, President of the National Home Education Research Institute. And you can contact OCHEC Oklahoma Christian Home Educators Consociation, Incorporated, for information about conditions in the state of Oklahoma. Oklahoma's expenditures per pupil have gone up 226% since 1960 and are now at $5,684 per student. That's fourth highest in the nation. But that figure is elusive because the money is absorbed by administration, textbooks, buildings, and so forth. Education happens between the teacher and the student. If that relationship is faulty, no price can fix it. There is no substitute for a devoted parent when it comes to teaching. Yes, these homeschoolers might seem a little high-minded when you first meet them. They might seem a little self-centered in that they are assumed to have nothing to do but study. Yet this is all simply not true. They have more responsibilities, accomplish far more socially, and are just generally more advanced than most people are capable of appreciating. In a country where unions like the National Education Association and the American Federation of Teachers make decisions on public education policies, is there any wonder why the communist ploy, "leave no child behind," is used to dumb students down? When such bureaucracy is responsible for education, it is inevitable that the quality of education will spiral downward until no child is allowed to move forward. It is far better to cast our votes on the side of homeschooling. The product speaks for itself. It's a brave new world, but only for the royal. So parents, I recommend that you devote yourself to the task of educating your own, whatever the sacrifice. Make sure your child is among the new breed of kings.